Welcome back to Andrew's Collectibles. And for today's random figure review, we're going to do Starscream. So we're going to do the Robots in Disguise Warrior Class Starscream from the Combiner Force line. The reason I picked up this figure to review was I love everything about Starscream from the G1 incarnation of him. Thought he was pretty cool. I enjoyed, like, he kind of had like a comedic aspect of always taking advantage of whenever Megatron had a moment of weakness. So I definitely thought, you know what? I'm going to pick this up. I don't really collect the Robots in Disguise line, but he does look sort of similar to his G1. I mean, he's not an F-16, but he looks good, and the paint matches what his G1 looked like. So he's definitely not ugly like the movie Starscream, which I can't stand. So this is what his box looks like. And this is what it brought me to. That right there had me. I was like, okay, I'm in. I'm going to buy this figure. So, looking at it, one of the complaints I have about the box, especially in the Robots in Disguise line, is the transformation diagrams are super duper vague. They're so hard to make sense of and kind of crappy. So, maybe Hasbro can do a little bit better job in the future, since they're probably one of the 300 people that'll watch this video. JK. So here is Starscream. As you can see, he is a jet / plane, whatever you want to call him. He's got two cannons that are fastened right here. You can take them off. And then undercarriage, it's okay. Looks like it doesn't have the traditional landing gears or anything like that. He just kind of sits, which is okay because it doesn't bend off or anything like that. And let's go through the transformation so you can see step by step, and I'll review what I think of him when he's in transform. So in vehicle mode, he looks great. Like, he looks really good. I think the vehicle mode is how I will display him when I do. But I'll show you the robot mode just so you know. So the first thing you're going to do, take off his cannons. Okay, so set them to the side. There's a place for him on his robot mode. There's two places for him, actually. So then his hands, when you transform him, they're fastened here. So they're just pegged in. You pop them out on both sides. And then the first step you're going to do after you pop them out is pop his hands out. So once his hands are out, I'll get some more light here. You're pretty much ready to, if you can see right here, there's a tab that this tabs into. Now, quick critique, right here, that tab is made of plastic, and it's pretty thin. It could break, so be careful. And then the same on the other side. Pop those up and just kind of leave them here for a sec. Okay, so once that's done, the next step is right here. These little things, these little wing tips, tab in again on super small, easily breakable tabs. So pop those out, put them down. Now he's kind of in between. He's a monstrosity. He's kind of in between robot and vehicle. So legs go down like that, and they are fastened. So pop those apart. You'll start to see a theme here with these figures is there's a lot of like cheap plastic tabs that when they break makes the robot completely useless. That's his head right there. All you got to do, pop that down and go all the way back into his back, and there's a little spot for it. It should clip in pretty good. Okay, so it'll clip in. There's his face. You can get a good look. He's kind of a hybrid between G1 and Transformers Prime Starscream. So I kind of like it. He's got a longer face than I'm traditionally used to. More thin and narrow in the mouth, but all in all, pretty cool. So then your next step is to fasten the arms. Now the arms have these little tiny pegs right here, and they just go up and clip in on both sides. So once those are in, you would think that you're done with his arms, but you're not, because there's another tab here and here that you gotta snap in and snap in. Now that's gonna be his chest, and then you're pretty much done up top. So you just gotta spin his hands around so that I keep these tabs on the outside for a reason I'll show you in a second. And next step, once his legs are, you're basically home stretch here. All you got to do, pop this up and turn this around, and it clips in like that. So when he's displayed, that's how he looks. It's pretty easy. You can put his wings up if you want. If you want him to look like that, I don't. I want him like that. That's how he looks on the package. That's how he looks when he's going to be displayed. And then his feet just turn up. So here's what he looks like when he's in fully transformed robot mode. And he looks good. Like, I like him. He looks a lot similar to his G1. I do not like the Decepticon and Autobot signs here. I think they're ugly as sin. Like, the purple, like the new Robots in Disguise logo is just brutal. So that to me is a critique, but I mean, there's not much you can do with it. Now, there's two places you can put his guns. So you got these little guns. You can either put them in his hands like he's holding it, or you can do what I'm going to do and put them on the side. They're in these little holes that I told you to turn out. So you put them in there, clip them in, and now he's got like kind of like a cannon on his forearm, which is a little bit cooler, I think, and frees up his hands to do, you know, things like that. So you're going to see the critique here starting right now. Do I like this figure? Heck yeah, I like this figure. One, because it's Starscream. It'd be hard to mess it up because I like Starscream so much. But problems, as with most of the, I'm seeing a theme with the Robots in Disguise line, they get super loose in the ball joints. Look how loose that is. Now, I've seen some people say you can put like a piece of paper inside there, and you can fix it up with like polishing and stuff like that. Well, you know what? I don't pay $20 to have to do that in 2 transformations. I've transformed this twice. I opened the box, I transformed it to see exactly, to follow the instructions so I could do this video. And then I transformed him just now. That is how loose his leg joints are already, which is not good. And then the other thing, those little tabs. Those tabs are going to break if you're not careful. If you bought it for, you know, someone that's maybe just interested in actually playing with the toy as opposed to us collectors, that's going to break off. And then you're going to have a useless transformer that I'm going to buy at a thrift shop from you for $1. So this is the critique of him. Other than that, if you're just going to transform him once and display him, he looks good. He's a very nice transformer. Articulation, his head only moves side to side. He's got ball joints in his forearms, so that's good. They can move all around. Only up, down on the shoulder. Knees can bend, and we've covered the hip joints, and the feet can go up and down. So all in all, he's got pretty good articulation. Do I like this figure? Heck yeah. For a random figure review, he's probably one of my favorite videos I've done so far. If they could just improve upon that somehow with the ball joints on these figures, they would have a great, great, great product. This is something that I would look for on a sale going forward, just because I don't enjoy the Robots in Disguise line. But if I was going to buy another Starscream, or I was going to buy more of the Seekers to go with him, that's what I would look for. So I hope you guys enjoyed the review. Let me know in the comments section what you think of this line of Transformers. And I hope this video helped you out. Thanks. Bye.